High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
From Cy Donnelly Fields on the campus of St. Anthony's High School. It's football season as the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this Week 0 matchup between the visiting Green Wave of Delbarton and the Friars of St. Anthony's. Today's matchup is presented by Catholic Health, as well as Speed Island and So Hoodie. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside former NFL kicker, as well as a Walt Whitman former standout, Franco Biancacomo. And Franco, it is football season. It's September. Listen, I played the Kenny Chesney on the way here. The boys are full. We're ready to go. And a fun matchup here to start things off.
What a great matchup. The two powerhouse teams ready to start football season. It doesn't get more exciting than this, Dylan.
Some of that applause you hear, there you see it, the visiting Green Wave hitting the field here. They already had their pregame warm-ups. They had their pregame talk. Hey, they had their pregame meal as well. They were out in Huntington at the Marriott about 9 o'clock this morning just to get themselves prepared for this one. Always a fun matchup between these two teams. And for Delbarton, you see there straight away, listen, they have a gauntlet in New Jersey. Make no mistake, right? They are playing against Bergen and St. Joe's and Paramus Catholic and all of that incredible non-public in Jersey. 6-6 a year ago, but so many of their guys return. And listen, here you see they're at a glance. Number 9 in the non-public top 10 by the Bergen record. Key losses, Rob Russo at QB, Matt Gemma as well at DN, but so many guys return, and we'll talk more about Trafford and Martin. But it's nice when you have a Week 0 matchup with a ton of experience on your side.
And I agree with you. So many returning starters, so many seniors. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to come out. They're going to come out very strong today.
Yeah, I agree. And, this is a great preparation for them. And Brian Bowers, a West Islip graduate as well. So it's great for him to come back to the island. Again, these two teams, other than last year when there was a little bit of a scheduling snafu, they've played just about every single season. So you saw the Delbarton at a glance, and their opponents today are a team that when we last saw them had a historic season, of course. A year ago, 11-1 for the Friars of St. Anthony's, winning the Catholic AAA Championship and a first ever state championship as well. And The names there have been synonymous for a few years, but listen, Dante Torres, the Gatorade Player of the Year as your quarterback now at Harvard. Ian Strong is now playing at Rutgers as well. He was a great two-way guy, linebacker, as well as a wide receiver. Tough guys to replace. You had others as well, Carson Chanchuli on the offensive line, a bunch of different guys at wide receiver, Jojo DiChiaro at linebacker. Listen, so often you're led by your seniors. A terrific senior class last year, and obviously led them to greatness to win a title. So the question, obviously, for Joe Minucci and the Friars this year is, one, how do you replace those guys? And two, how do you kind of follow up last year's success? And I think in our conversation with him leading up, a key, Franco, is certainly, you don't want your quarterbacks and you don't want your guys to have to try to be those guys, right? Those guys started out as sophomores unknown to the varsity, and that's kind of what they're dealing with now.
And I think that's what they're going to try to do today. They're going to try to find their identity when they come out, and I'm really excited to watch KJ Duff play today.
Yeah, they still have some talented dudes. We'll get to them in a moment. This one of many Week 0 matchups in the Catholic High School Football League, and there you see some of them. A big one in Oradell this afternoon, man, or right around this time. We'll try to get you some updates from there, but Iona Prep Bergen Catholic, a terrific one. Bishop Hendrickson and Monsignor Farrell as well. This one, Holy Trinity heading up to Rhode Island to take on LaSalle Academy, a game we have for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network tonight, 6:30 from Mitchell Athletic Complex. Christ the King St. Francis Prep renewing their Queens rivalry. And how about Stepinac going down to the Tennessee State champions, Baylor, as well. That'll be tonight. I think that one is also, check the Stepinac Twitter feed. I think there's a YouTube link for that. That'll be a fun one to check out as well. So some terrific Week 0 matchups in the Catholic High School Football League. The cheerleaders getting ready for St. Anthony's and Del Barton. It looks like one final huddle on the other side. We mentioned so many returning guys, right? And we'll take a look at some of the key players here for the Green Wave this afternoon, and we could have gone a few different guys, but we like to go offense, defense, and Franco, this is a team that wants to run the football, right? They've got some big dudes on the offensive line, and Ryan Trafford is a guy who's likely going to exploit that. He can catch the ball out of the backfield as well, but look, 1,500 yards a year ago, third-team All-State, a Navy lacrosse guy, so he's got the athleticism and he's got the physicality as well.
Really, and really a leader for their team this year.
Yeah, Trafford is that, as is Connor Martin on the other side. This is a beast on the D end. Brian Bauer says, I love to have those defensive linemen who wrestle. And he is a heavyweight wrestler, a standout wrestler for Del Barton. You see his numbers a year ago, the senior defensive end, and there you see Trafford, but Martin as well. 6'4", 255, another leader, another captain. UPenn commit a 3-year starter on the defensive front for Del Barton. So that is impressive stuff, certainly. And again, as we mentioned before, you'll love to have those linchpins for you, for the younger guys. You know, not a lot of pressure on the younger guys for Del Barton. Not a lot of younger guys to begin with so many seniors.
That's true. That's true. They have so many seniors, and these guys are going to get ready to play football today.
For St. Anthony's, the Friars are making their long trip down Rich Reichert Way, and a little bit different this year. Usually, Frank, we see them come across the field, but construction on the softball and baseball fields behind us, so they've got to walk in the same way as everybody else has to. They're not paying the admission, but they got to come along Reichert Way. But listen, we mentioned before, right, St. Anthony's, what an incredible season a year ago. You lose key guys, but they do return some key guys as well, and we'll take a look at the players to watch for the Friars. And you mentioned it before, right? It's not, when you have these two dudes, that's a good starting point, right? KJ Duff, the senior wide receiver / tight end, a Rutgers commit. You see his numbers a year ago, 42 receptions, just shy of 1,000 yards as well, and 12 touchdowns. He will also be joined by Alex Mengi. We'll talk about him as this broadcast goes along. Another good 1-2 punch in the receiving side of things for the Friars. And defensively, you got big Preston Carey, baby, the sophomore. Look at the offers, and they just continue to build up for a just beast of a young man. Preston Carey, you see Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Texas as well. Got his feet wet a year ago, right? Really hasn't played varsity football or really organized football other than the Pop Warner side, and adjudicated himself well in his first year, and we expect him just to continue to build from that.
And he's going to be exciting to watch. I mean, offers as a sophomore to some of those big schools. He's just going to grow, continue to get better. He's going to be a big plus for St. Anthony's for a couple more years.
6'5", 285.
Wow.
A big Preston carry. See the Friars making their way onto the field now, and we'll take a look at our keys to this game for both of these squads. For St. Anthony's, when you've got a veteran team, they're going to be a physical team, right? So Joe Minucci, their head coach, says we want to match Del Barton's physicality, establish our identity on offense, obviously, which means getting the ball to the likes of KJ Duff and Alex Mengi, get them to the playmakers. And listen, we want to be who we want to be, and that starts in week 0, right? Super important for Del Barton. Again, they want to establish the run. They will be a run-heavy football team, but also in week 0, listen, it's the first time you're hitting another team other than some scrimmages, right? And it's a little bit warm today, so play clean. Don't beat ourselves. Don't have costly penalties. And obviously speaking again to the strength of St. Anthony's and those big-time playmakers, limit their abilities to make the big play. And listen, whoever it is, and we'll see dueling quarterbacks today for St. Anthony's, but both guys are first-year starters. Both guys getting their first reps on the varsity, so you want to get pressure now on those quarterbacks. Of course.
And those are the best key for both teams. I think if they can utilize those, I think they're both going to be a tough team to beat.
It is Del Barton, and it is St. Anthony's. It's week 0 here in South Huntington. Catholic Health matchup of 2 perennial powerhouses. More when we come back right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Hey Mom and Dad, how about a personalized hype video of your athlete produced by Varsity Media? Cinematic coverage of game action, plus on-camera interviews by our crew set to music will make your son or daughter look like the next superstar. Perfect for social media fame and college recruiting. Don't wait, reach out today. Spots are limited this fall. 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
And we welcome you back to Cy Donnelly Field here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Dylan Butler alongside Franco Biancacomo for week 0 here in South Huntington. And Franco, I don't think you could have a better early. Is it early fall yet? I think it's still late summer, but a week 0 matchup. Weather just ideal here this afternoon for what should be a fun matchup.
Absolutely. The weather looks great. There is a little wind coming, but
you kickers always worry about that wind, man.
It's the first thing we look at.
That's 100% true. But you see the two teams right now getting set for
1, 2, 3,
the
4,
start
5, 6
here as the handshake. And this is a special homecoming for the Del Barton head coach, Brian Bowers, 1987 graduate of West Islip High School, played high school football, was a tight end back in his day. So he always relishes this opportunity to come back home. And for more on this matchup and also Brian Bowers' homecoming, we send it to the third member of our broadcast team, John Perez.
As Brian Bowers gets ready for his 21st season at Del Barton, you could imagine that over the course of 2 decades, you probably pride yourself as a New Jersey native. Well, not exactly the case when it comes to Coach Bowers. A 1987 grad from nearby West Islip, he has kept these two programs together over these last few years, playing every single year with the exception of last year. Brian Bowers always remembering where he came from. Remember that he also was the assistant coach at Stony Brook as well. When asked about some of the memories that he had against St. Anthony's, he could have picked just one. Said that whenever he comes to Long Island, it's like home. And of course, when he's coming home, he's expecting the W today. Guys, back to you.
Great stuff, John. And you can see also, Franco, apparently it's pretty bright out there, right? John needs the shades for his hit. But, yeah, great stuff. Great to have, listen, in our conversation with Brian Bowers said this is always a matchup that he looks forward to. Again, last year was a little bit different, but he's in his 22nd season, and whether it was Coach Reichert or now Coach Minucci, faced both of them, obviously, and it's huge for them, as well as St. Anthony's, just to get prepared for your regular season.
Yes, and he's very familiar, very, very familiar with them, and we're getting ready to go. I'm getting butterflies like I used to when I played.
Both teams will have a first-year starting quarterback. And listen, you're the former special teams guy. Both have a first-year kicker as well. So you mentioned the butterflies, probably there as well for the kickers for both of these teams. Starting things off will be Will Kramer, the junior. He's the kickoff and longer field goal guy. Colin Gomez will also see time kicking the football as the PAT and the shorter field goal kind of guy.
Absolutely. And now they have the wind at their back, so it should be a pretty good kickoff.
Two Friars, one of those KJ Duff deep to receive for St. Anthony's as we are set here in this week 0 showdown presented by Catholic Health. It is Duff at the 10. Gets it up his own sideline. Nice return. Gets some blocks upfield. Duff breaks some tackles. And Duff to the 30, the 20, the stiff arm. Touchdown, St. Anthony's! What a way, Franco, to kick off the season. A 90-yard touchdown by KJ Duff.
Amazing. What a great run. What a great run. Hole opened up right down the sideline. Fantastic to watch.
We'll have more about this, Franco, as the game goes along, but the book in the recruiting circles is KJ doesn't have speed or enough speed to play in the next level. Yeah, I think he's proven people wrong there. He took that personally, increased his speed. You see the physicality as well, the stiff arm up the field, and an ideal start for Duff and the Friars with a 90-yard kickoff return for a score. So as you mentioned, different looks in the kicking game. The same is true for the Friars. They'll rotate a few different guys here, and that PAT was up and good. In fact, that was...
Kick is good by Cam Urso. Holder is Brendan Ott.
PAT, good, and there you see Duff. And listen, we know he'll go on and play at Rutgers, and we have a feature here, the Speed Island Speedy Play of the Game. We might have it on our first play, Frank. What did you see here from what he was able to do?
So what happened was, what a great block right there, and he just hits the hole. Like you mentioned, he with that speed, that's where he's starting to shine right there. And then, again, being aggressive right here, getting off of one of the players and scoring a touchdown. Couldn't have been more textbook than that.
And that was Will McGinty, the senior D back. But listen, obviously, Duff also had to use that 6'5", 210 frame, right? He hits this beautiful weight room here at St. Anthony's hard and needed it, right? A pair of stiff arms, one at the 50 and then one at the very end to get the touchdown.
And like you mentioned earlier, this is a great way for them to establish their identity.
100%. And again, it's a team that has its question marks this year, not the preseason favorite in the Catholic High School Football League. And as Liam DiGregorio said, again, he'll rotate a little bit with Daniel Van Ardsdale kicking duty this afternoon. We'll see Alex Mengi punt the football, and a shorter look, and it actually dies. That was really well done. Listen, you could walk us through that, but that was really well done. Just to have it die. A lot of times you see it roll out of bounds for a penalty, but it died at about the 33-yard line. But before that, we've got Del Barton making their way to the field, and they've got a first-year quarterback there as well as Christian Zabrowski. There you see him. Listen, he is a baseball commit going to Middlebury College as a pitcher. Was a backup for the last 2 years, so it's now Zabrowski's opportunity to lead Del Barton offensively. Green Wave start 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Quick out to Phil Fomar, and he gets out to about the 42-yard line, a gain of about 9. Let's take a look at those offensive starters for Del Barton and the Green Wave. In addition to Zabrowski, there you see Ryan Trafford, our player to watch. You got Aaron Chivis, Mike Van Raphorst, and Fomar, your receivers. Kivler, your tight end. Macy Ferenbach, St. Cavello, and Cregan up front. And Zabrowski gets the first down run out to about the 50. And a lot of run options for Del Barton as there's an injured Fryer on the field. So it'll be a timeout as the officials take a look at them. But we will look at the St. Anthony's defense during this break. In the action there, you see a few of the dudes up front. It's Davin Foote, Preston Carey, Dixon Charzuk, and Cam Urso up front for St. Anthony's. Your linebacker is Justin Kasha, Sam Cook, moving this year from the D line to middle linebacker Dante Vidaro as well. Your secondary, your corners are Brendan Ott and Kevin Moore. Your safeties, Johnny Valerio, who was the injured Fryer on that play, as well as Matthew Silva. First down from midfield for Del Barton. Handoff, Trafford up the middle, hard running. And that'll be a first down run for Trafford. Gets about 15 on that to the 35.
Yeah, and there's the speed that you mentioned, and running against that big senior offensive line behind.
Well, he's got those big dudes. He's got Macy as a left tackle. You've got Cregan as the right tackle. You've got 6'5", 270 as the Friars call timeout at left tackle. And then Cregan, the Villanova commit, at right tackle, 6'6", 295.
I could run behind those guys.
You could put a Mack truck in between those dudes and still find your way to get first downs. And we remind you folks as well, you want to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on our social media handles at Varsity Media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as we begin our coverage of the Catholic High School Football League here this afternoon from Cy Donnelly Field. Friars with a 7-0 lead off that 90-yard kickoff return by KJ Duff. And when we saw KJ last, well, actually, when we saw him last, he was committing to Rutgers, had a cool, we were able to have that for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network, his commitment to Rutgers. It was down to Rutgers, North Carolina, and the University of Miami. Chose to stay on the banks of the Raritan and stay close to home and play with a buddy, Ian Strong, as well. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. You see on the bottom of your screen, 10:40 left in this first quarter. Zabrowski gets it to Fulmar, and Fulmar gets inside the 30, keeps churning those legs, gets a couple more yards, just shy of the first down marker.
Catch by Philip
And that was a great throw. That was a great route and a great throw.
Tackled by Gavin Foote.
There you see the replay. And Fulmar is the guy. Listen, a year ago, 37 receptions for 469 yards, 7 touchdowns. Handoff on first down, up the middle. First down for the Green Wave. It is Trafford again. So Ryan Trafford picking up where he left off a year ago. 3rd team All-State. And when that state is New Jersey, and you know the ballers that are coming from the Garden State, that means a lot. You can see some tempo here early on for Del Barton. Handoff this time, it's Trafford. He's tripped up on his way to the outside. Looked like it was Urso to get him on his feet.
Yeah, and that was a great play by him. Great tackle. Way to stop him from coming around the outside.
Urso, a junior, 6'2", 210, high motor. A little bit undersized, that DN, but he is tough and quick. See Zabrowski getting the play from the outside. That was a loss of 1 on that. So 2nd and 11, high snap. Rolls out to his right. Just a quick dump off, and it is caught. Cutting inside is Joey Skeleton, the junior, the hybrid running back, fullback. And again, they will throw the ball to a lot of their guys. It's very much a run-first offense for Del Barton, but they'll throw it, those little short plays there. So a nice gain there, which sets up a 3rd and manageable right now for Del Barton.
Yeah, and they're moving the ball very nicely right now.
And you see a wildcat here a little bit, and the Friars look like they jumped. You see Fulmar, number 1, as a bit of a wildcat. Listen, Brian Bauer said in our conversation, we want to get the ball in Phil's hands as much as possible, which includes maybe a little bit wildcat here, right? And interesting enough, though, Zabrowski stays in.
1st and goal.
Right, so you got 15 now acting as a wide receiver, and Fulmar taking his place at QB. Tries to run it behind, and he gets hammered. Friars read that one well.
Tackle by Urso.
And Urso again in on that tackle.
And that was a great move by Urso. Really came in and really pushed the DN, and right there made a great stop. Unbelievable.
And considering, too, listen, he was wrapped up pretty well by Macy, 76. So 2nd and 10 from the 12. Zabrowski, the quick out. Getting to the corner. Is he in? He is. Touchdown. Gerard Yu, the sophomore. So the Green Wave on their first drive of the game. Franco responds to Duff's kickoff return, and they get 6 on the board.
Yeah, and that was a great route. As you can see, he stops right there, almost a wide receiver screen, and he's running to the outside and just gets in there.
Really good blocking upfield, too, by Fulmar. Important, too, because we saw in that replay was close if he continued that contact and maybe a block in the back, right? He saw where his blocker was and let off, and there you see Yu just doing the rest, getting in the end zone. And the point after is no good. It was blocked. So Yu gets the touchdown and pulls Del Barton within a point. Early goings here at Cy Donnelly Field, and it's been a fun one to this point. St. Anthony's with a 7-6 lead. You're watching this non-conference showdown presented by Catholic Health right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Solomon Thomas with the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite, So Hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So Hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom! Take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform. Or you and the gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. Duff this time fumbles the ball quickly, recovered, and not quite the 90-yard return that we saw to start the game, but he'll be on the 20. And interesting here as well, again, really up until yesterday, I don't think the Friars coaching staff were sure which of their two QBs would come out of this huddle for the first drive of the game. You've got two guys looking to make their first impressions. Peyton Robinson, the sophomore, he's the one making his way out. There you see 18. Robinson, the sophomore, good arm strength, good ball accuracy, and still just the young buck, right? As a sophomore, he will split reps this afternoon with Gary Merrill, the lacrosse standout. And there you see Robinson, a little miscommunication on that first play. Looked to hand off to his left. No running back there. So Robinson has to keep it for about 3. Let's take a look at the rest of the Friars starters now. Joining Peyton Robinson in the backfield, it's Christian Alfano. We mentioned Duff and Mengi, along with Russo and Meme as your wide receivers up front. McGregor, McNaughton, Dowling, Violante, as well as Novelli. Here's the handoff. That's Christian Alfano trying to get to the outside. And the Del Barton defense, man, they are stout. Good play there defensively. Let's take a look at those starters defensively now for the Green Wave. And again, a lot of veterans here. It's Martin, Lopez, and Jackson in this 3-4 front up front. Scalfani, Hurley, Riley, and Cecchio. Your linebackers, Cardinale and Bailey at the corners, and McGinty and De Silva at safety. Reception by Mengi keeps it going. And Franco, I think he's got the first down. What an extra effort by Mengi.
And a nice throw. Very, very nice throw by Robinson. Found the route, found the open seam, and got the ball to him.
And Franco, that's an important first down, right? I mean, again, it's a veteran defensive side. You've got a first-year quarterback, first varsity start. You know there's got to be nerves. To be able to move the chains and not go 3 and out, I think is important.
Absolutely.
This time a quick out to Russo, a fellow sophomore.
Robinson to Russo.
And you can see the pursuit by the Green Wave will not be easy. Just looks like about a gain of 1 there for Russo, the sophomore. Good quickness, good hands, good route runner as well. So a 2nd and 9 from the 33-yard line. Robinson rolls right, flings it, looking to get Duff. Diving catch! A first down and then some. There is a flag on the play as well. We'll see what that flag is. But listen, again, when you are an inexperienced QB, it's good to play jump ball with the biggest dude on the field.
It sure is. It sure is. What a talent. What a catch. First down. His extension is incredible. Nice throw, nice catch.
So that was a defensive holding penalty, which of course is declined. And here you see it again. Robinson.
First down, St. Anthony's.
Flings it, and there is Duff getting the separation, diving reception. And listen, Duff's huddle film, his highlight film, looking pretty good here
it sure
in this
is.
first quarter. This will be a timeout. At least Bowers was complaining on the other side. And he gets the explanation from the official on what the penalty was. And as we get back to it, 1st and 10 from the Del Barton 28-yard line. Robinson again hands off. Whoa, what a tackle. Alfaro wrapped up right away, and looks like it was double deuce. Kyle Checchio.
Alfaro on the run.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by Checchio. Way to get in there and make that tackle.
Checchio came in as a sophomore year ago against Seton Hall Prep. Right, opening game, first varsity play, made a big hit after hit and really opened the eyes of the Del Barton coaching staff. And again, Alfaro nowhere to go. Checchio again on the tackle. Rinse and repeat for the Green Wave.
And Tyler getting in on that tackle as well.
22 Checchio there, 5'10", 195 junior. And Bowers says sometimes you get that player in your coaching career who just does special things at special times, and I think Checchio one of those guys. 53 tackles a year ago. Sets up a 3rd and 12. Robinson back to pass. Pressure comes, gets it to Duff. There's a flag on the play. Duff taken down outside the 20, but let's take a look, Franco, what this flag is. Duff still short of the first down marker. And the flag looks like was thrown at about the 26-yard line.
Yep.
And it will be a holding penalty against the defense. Let's take a look again. You see Duff breaking a couple of tackles. You need 2 guys to take him down. And again, the Del Barton sideline looking for an explanation from the officials. Another conversation. There you see Brian Bowers, 22nd season as the Green Wave head coach. We appreciate his time this week getting us prepared for this broadcast, the gentleman.
And he's looking for an explanation on that.
And again, based on the call, looks like it was a 2nd straight one, right? Like against Del Barton. So let's see how they march off the ball here. Looks like it's still going to be 3rd down. So you replayed it down, but it's a very, very manageable one where it's like about a 3rd and 2 now for the Friars. Hand off Alfaro. Nice cut by Alfaro. Gets it the other way. Tackle made by Tyler Jackson, the junior defensive end.
4th down.
And now, first decision to be made of this game. How about this cut?
Great cut, great cut. Saw the opening right there, but that was a very nice tackle by Tyler on the defense.
So 4th and 1. Friars from this part of the field, they will go for it. Little hard count, trying to draw this veteran defensive line offside. Del Barton doesn't bite. Handoff Alfano again. Cuts it inside. He's wrapped up, and I think he's short.
Alfaro the carry.
See Johnny Riley, number 7 there, celebrating that. And how about that for Del Barton? Bend, but you don't break. Big 4th down stop for the Green Wave.
And that is a big stop for them. They tried to go right there down the middle. Great stop. Really, really a great stop by John Riley.
Yeah, you got a host of tacklers there, right? Checchio in it, but Riley leading the pack. And a big play by Riley, who's a stud, special player. Had 99 tackles, a team leading 99 a year ago, and again did that as a junior. So Del Barton, they get the stop. And also, listen, that was for St. Anthony's. You obviously like that decision, right? You've got some newer kickers, right? We're not sure how comfortable they are lengthwise to kick the field goal, but it's a game of field position, as it always is. And Del Barton here starts on their own 19. Quick out, Fulmar to the outside. Looks like another flag, though, on the play.
Yeah, and as you were saying with the kickers, he might have been outside his range right there going into the wind. They thought it was probably safer to go for the first down.
Legal motion on Del Barton.
So an illegal motion against Del Barton. So we mentioned the keys coming in, and one was to play a clean game. So Bowers can put a big X right now against that one. Some costly penalties for the Green Wave. This one backs them up inside their own 15-yard line. Zabrowski, a little dump off to Trafford. And that is an incomplete pass.
Trafford.
And that was very well executed. Unfortunately, he dropped the ball, but that had a big opening.
Yeah, Trafford, we know him with his ability to run the football, but 7 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown a year ago as well. So 2nd and 15 from the Green Wave 14. Good look at Christian Zabrowski. Fakes the handoff, pressure comes, goes downfield, and that is incomplete. The intended target was Mike Van Raphorst. Van Raphorst, 6'3", basketball player. Last year was in that QB mix. They converted him out to a wide receiver. Got hurt in the preseason last year, didn't play at all in the varsity. So in a lot of ways, he's almost like a transfer, right? Like almost like he got into the portal to get a big wide receiver. 3rd and 15 now. There you see Alex Estee, the center. Zabrowski claps the hands, gets back to pass, flings it over the middle, and a little bit wide of Fulmar. So, listen, if you're St. Anthony's, you take it, right? You got stopped on 4th down, but again, field position-wise, right? You had him start at the 20, another penalty, and now it's Del Barton with the unenviable task here of looking to punt just, looks like, at their own end zone.
Hoffman back to punt for Del Barton.
Yeah, and that was a great route, and it was wide open. He just has to execute that throw.
So doing the punting here is Kieran Hoffman, a 3rd member of this kicking team who's getting off his first varsity punt, fielded at the 50-yard line. That was Braden Meem. He gets to the outside. But listen, you mentioned the nerves as well, right? That for your first punt to be on your goal line, listen, a lot has to happen, right? That long snap's got to be perfect, and you've got no wiggle room. And he got off a pretty good one.
Absolutely, yep.
So St. Anthony's back on offense, 1st and 10 from the Del Barton 39-yard line. And we see Friars make their way back out. Looking to see, it is Robinson again. There was no formula, really, in our conversation with Joe Minucci, as the 50-year head coach here at St. Anthony's. It wasn't going to be a strict rotation of series, as Robinson, plenty of time, throws it over, and a whole lot of contact down the field. This looks to be textbook pass interference. It was a car crash down the field between McGinty and Duff. And it's interesting, too, Franco. These two are getting acquainted with each other, right? McGinty was the last attempted tackler on that punt return. And there you see, again, great job by the offensive line. And Robinson, again, just feeling comfortable to put it in to KJ's area code. And actually, it looks like we're coming back. So they're going to call KJ on the pass interference.
Well, Robinson is looking for that big target downfield, and I think that could make him very comfortable with such a big target.
I think, Franco, too, what helps is when you do utilize both of them, and you've got Mengi on the inside, you've got two guys who have that that ability to the taller guys, the more of that wingspan, if you will, and good outlets for a younger quarterback. So this will back the Friars all the way up, or all the way back inside their half of the field, 46-yard line. There's a quick out to Duff. Good tackle first and forced out of bounds. You give the credit to Lucas Cardinale, number 24, the corner. There you see Lucas, athletic, another basketball player, another two-way guy for Del Barton. And not a lot there for Duff.
And Robinson did a great job getting the ball out. Got it out quick, got it right to him. Nicely executed.
It's a gain of 1 on the play, and Robinson, high snap, recovers it well, just slings it over the middle, and that is complete. And we're seeing a bunch of different receiving candidates. That's Donovan Simons.
19 to go.
And keeping this trend alive, it's the junior makes his first varsity catch. So still a long way to go. It's 3rd and 17 as we're inside 90 seconds left in this first quarter. So thankfully you're able to join us here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Week 0. Robinson back the pass to Duff. Swings, turns. And again, that's the way, it's not necessarily double teaming Duff, right? But it's when he makes the catch, you get a lot of hats in the football. And Del Barton did a good job of that.
They did a really nice job getting to him.
I thought a hold could have been called there as well. You hear a lot of visiting fans from Del Barton looking for that as well. But good job by the visitors from Jersey, and it's going to be a first punt from Mengi on the season, as deep for Del Barton is Fulmar. High snap, gets it off. Pressure came. Fulmar calls for the fair catch. And he makes that catch at about the 18-yard line. So Del Barton will go back. On offense, you mentioned the Green Wave, and they've got just an incredible. If we look at their schedule, again, this is a Week 0 showdown, and they play a lot of the top teams in New Jersey. They'll have another non-league against Malvern Prep, but then it's St. Peter's and Paramus Catholic and Pope John and Hudson Catholic and DePaul and St. Joe's. It does not end. And perhaps fortunate for them, the two big dogs, right? Bergen and Bosco not on the Del Barton schedule this year. A year ago, the Green Wave made their way all the way to the non-public Group A semifinals, losing to Bergen Catholic. Hand off to Trafford, gets to the far sideline. Nice gain there on first down for the senior.
And he's trying to establish they're trying to establish the run game with him. They need to get him the ball.
Yeah, there'll be others too who will see some carries. Shivas, the fullback, and Brock Dandridge we expect to see as well, number 20, the junior. But listen, when you've got a workhorse like Trafford, you hand the ball off to him and just have him keep going. Again, the Navy lacrosse commit. So a lot of these St. Anthony's guys, the dual sport lacrosse football guys, they know him already from the lacrosse circuit. First sack of the game as well. And how about that defensively as Davin Foote gets in there for the sack. Listen, he got on the field a little bit as a junior, struggled a little bit, but he worked on what he needed to work on, and Foote ends this first quarter with a really nice-looking sack. So it's 1 quarter in the books here at Cy Donnelly Field. St. Anthony's leading Del Barton 7-6. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Solomon Thomas with the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite, So Hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom, take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform, or you and the gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15. You heard?
Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. KJ Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown.
10-5 touchdown.
And we welcome you back to Cy Donnelly Field. First play of the second quarter, an incomplete pass from Christian Zabrowski. And listen, we saw KJ Duff's speed right away. First play of the game, Franco, and he's worked on that a lot. For more about KJ's work to improve his speed, we send it up to John Perez.
Guys, one of the points of emphasis for KJ Duff over the offseason was adding speed to his arsenal, and having recently committed to Rutgers, that was one thing that Rutgers wanted him to work on. I had the chance to talk to Onyx Salva, the head of Speed Island, who was training KJ Duff over the summer, and he said that he always had a great stride. It was just a matter of adding to that max velocity. So what did the workouts include? It included a 35-minute warm-up, which eventually led to the slanted treadmill, led to explosive work, and eventually on the Vertimax machine. He said that KJ Duff was in there for hours at a time, saying that he doesn't just want to play at Rutgers on Saturdays, he wants to play on Sundays as well. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, John. It's a fourth down now for Del Barton. Second punt attempt now as well from Kieran Hoffman. A little more room behind him this time as Hoffman gets off a good one. He'll take a bounce at about the 45-yard line, and he'll just roll to up inside the 35. So good-looking punt, right?
Anthony's first down.
Good-looking punt. Good-looking punt. Hey, as long as there's no return, it's always a good-looking punt.
So St. Anthony's back on the field, and again, we do eyeball who will be leading the charge here, QB-wise. And it looks like it'll be Robinson again. Also took a look at coming out for this series, a really impressive freshman is in Xavier Bala, number 14, the running back. He's just to the right hip. Fake handoff his way, over the middle to Duff, has some room. Duff tripped up, but he will get the first down. That time making the play again was Kyle Checchio.
And again, what an exceptional route he just ran. If you watch him right there, wide open, give me the ball, and let's move the chains.
Off of that, Bala gets his first carry, and he was cut down by Johnny Riley for a loss. Riley, the senior. They want to get him involved a lot, especially on the pass rush this afternoon. A good play by Riley. After giving up that first down, Del Barton gets a loss of 4 on that play. High snap, Robinson rolls to his right, cuts inside, and now just slides inside the 45-yard line.
Third down.
Nice job on the defense, getting their D-backs to cover the wide receivers. No room, got to run the ball.
So a third, and we'll call it 10 for the Friars. And this is one of those situations, too, where you want to get to the QB, at least put some pressure on him, right? And that's where Checchio is, coming from the outside. Robinson couldn't get it out of his hands, and Great pressure and pursuit. Dallas Hurley, number 4, there as well, and it'll be a punting opportunity now for the Friars.
And that was a great run off the edge from Hurley. A lot of speed coming, couldn't get the ball off.
And excuse me, I thought it was Hurley 4, but you have to give credit there to 41, Aiden Barber. So Mengi, look out. Pressure coming. Great punt. Backs up Fulmar. No return possible there.
That's a great punt. A lot of hang time. Fair catch, 10-yard line. Great field position for St. Anthony's.
And that just speaks of Mengi's athleticism, right? He's going to play football as a tight end at Stony Brook and gets off a punt like that. How about Stony Brook as well? 11,000 for their opener at Laval Stadium. As Del Barton will start off their series here at their own 10. Zabrowski quick out. And look at that scamper up the far sideline. It is Fulmar again, and he'll move the chains.
Fulmar on the reception.
Just a dynamic athlete. Great speed, quickness. One of those rare starters from day one. He entered that incredible campus at Del Barton, and he started as soon as he got there. Different QB here as the handoff. It's Jaden Prinzavali, number 12. And that's one thing that Bauer said to us too. Listen, he said, when you see Prinzavali sometime in the second quarter, it's not because we didn't like what we saw from Zabrowski. It's just that Prinzavali has earned an opportunity to step onto the field. He does a lot of the same things, that run-pass option that Zabrowski does as well. It was an open competition in the preseason. A fortunate bounce there for Prinzavali, and look at this. Gets a play out of nothing. That was looking to be disaster for the Green Wave, and takes a nice bounce off this turf. And then Prinzavali is able to scamper and get a couple yards on it.
And a real nice job saving that ball.
You saw there Prinzavali, the junior, 5'11", 170. Not a lot of separation in that open quarterback competition in the preseason. 3rd and 5. The home fans getting loud. Prinzavali back to pass. Incomplete. Really good job defensively there for the Friars. And it was 15.
Brendan Ott on the
Brendan Ott stepping in.
4th down.
The junior. 15 reading that route. Getting in and making the pass break up. A baseball kid here at St. Anthony's. Went to high school with his dad, Brian. Was also a big baseball player back in his day at St. Francis Prep. Now doing his thing with the FDNY. Another punt. This one a short one, and attacking it, you saw there, was Braden Meem, but doesn't get a lot on that return.
A nice field position for St. Anthony's. Low line drive kick.
1st down, St. Anthony's.
So let's take a look here again at the huddle coming out for the Friars. And it's been Robinson all of this first half, but now a change at QB. It'll be Gary Merrill getting his first opportunity, number 16.
Gary
Tremendous
Merrill,
athlete, a lacrosse stud as well. One of the better lacrosse players in the class of 2025. Quick out for Merrill. It's incomplete, looking for Russo.
Pass is incomplete to Russo.
Now, it could be he's got a little jitters getting into the game, but once he gets settled, he should be fine.
You have a good history of those lacrosse standouts as QBs. The last one to do so, Greg Campese, playing his lacrosse at Harvard. What a great QB he was a few years ago. So 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. Merrill looks like he lost it, and Del Barton, they get the fumble.
Recovered by Del Barton.
So right down in the field, listen, we called for him as our player to watch defensively, and Connor Martin, number 81, comes up with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, and that was a big, big hit on him. Of course, John Riley was in on the play, but, Merrill has to hold on to that ball. It's very important for him to hold on to that ball.
I think Riley might have got the strip, and then you see Martin there recovering. So the ball right at midfield for Del Barton. First turnover for the Friars. I mean, it technically second. They turned it over on downs. But now let's see if Del Barton can capitalize here. They get the ball at midfield. Zabrowski back in. There's the handoff. How about Trafford getting into the secondary, twisting and turning. A first down run for the senior.
That was a great, great run by Trafford behind Andy Covello and Ryan Cregan. Unbelievable run right here. Big hole. Nice game.
Yeah, he's one of those running backs, as there's a throw there on first down. A little nice out. Reception by Van Raphorst. You just need that first block, it seems like. If you get it right there on the line, he'll do the rest.
Yes, and he has the speed to hit that hole, as you saw on that last play.
First and 10 for Del Barton on the 20, and this time Trafford goes inside trying to follow his center, Alex Esty, and a short gain for the senior. Again, a Naval Lax commit is Ryan Trafford. So we talked leading into this game with both coaches about the synergy of the two programs and the two schools, and another way, right? High-level lacrosse both ways, and those guys are studs on the lacrosse field. Zabrowski pump fakes, throws it, end zone, touchdown for Del Barton. Austin Kivler with the reception, the tight end. A 2-year starter.
And as you say, and you'll see on the replay right here, what a great route that he ran. He ran an out and up and wide open for the touchdown.
Yeah, his defender bit on that out portion of it, and really smooth sailing from there on in for the senior Kivler. 2-year starter, an explosive athlete as well. Had a touchdown reception a year ago. And again, the first PAT for Del Barton was blocked. The second one, this by Will Kramer, is up and good. We have those soccer synergies. How about Kramer? He's that golfer who's like, hey, I want to play and do a little bit of this football action. So Del Barton takes a 13-7 lead, 6:40 left here in the second quarter. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Hey Mom and Dad, how about a personalized hype video of your athlete produced by Varsity Media? Cinematic coverage of game action, plus on-camera interviews by our crew set to music will make your son or daughter look like the next superstar. Perfect for social media fame and college recruiting. Don't wait, reach out today. Spots are limited this fall. 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. 13-7 the lead for Del Barton off that reception by Kivler. Second quarter. This time it is not Duff on the far side. Looks like that was Russo, I believe it was. He gets just outside of the 30-yard line. So I think the word was kick away from one. And that's what they did there. And Russo attacked it well, and it'll be first down from the 31-yard line for the Friars.
And that's a pretty good game plan. Kick away from one.
Yes. So it's Robinson back out now at QB. So Merrill, in his first series, fumbled the football, and Del Barton ended up scoring following that turnover. Duff is on the bottom of your screen. Man in motion as well. It's the handoff. It's Alfano breaking the first tackle. Alfano gets to the secondary. An incredible touchdown-saving tackle as well by Tyler Da Silva. With the first big run we've seen this game by Alfano.
And the way what a great run. The way he hit that hole behind Novelli and Violante.
Handoff again, this time nothing doing. Read well by number 4, Dallas Hurley. Another 4-year starter for Del Barton, and we'll get into him a little bit more later in this broadcast, but Hurley captain, just a special player at middle linebacker. That was a loss of 1 on the play. We go again to Alfano. And he'll gain back, gains back a few more of those yards.
Great job by the linebackers to get in there and cover, because he did have a little bit of a lane there, but they got in there to stop him.
Of course, last year you had that great two-headed monster at
third down,
running back for the Friars. Combining for 1,700 yards was Frank Ruda and Darius Morant. So also, so much is said about Dante Torres, but also new running back there as well. Another throw down the field by Robinson. Duff, the intended receiver, and that was incomplete.
Fourth down.
So far in this first half, Franco, we've seen a lot of Alfaro, a little bit to this point of the freshman sensation, Xavier Bala. Looks like here again, you play that field position game, and the Flyers will go 4th and 8 from the 42-yard line. Or will they? Timeout for St. Anthony's. So maybe another one of those situations. You try to draw the defense offside. You want to see what you can bring. And listen, again, a special teams guy like you got to appreciate this. I think what we saw from Mengi earlier on, you could really pin Del Barton deep here if you choose to punt the football.
Yeah, and I also understand Coach Minucci trying to. I also understand Coach Minucci trying to establish that they want to go for it to make it a point. Confidence in their team, absolutely.
So this week 0 for us on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Let's take a look at some more of our broadcasts here in the Catholic High School Football League later tonight from Mitchell Athletic Complex. It'll be Christ the King and St. Francis Prep. We're back here at Cy Donnelly Field under the lights. Cardinal Hayes fresh off a 44-41 Week 0 win on the road out there in Pennsylvania. They bring their high-octane machine to St. Anthony's, and next day Iona and Chaminade. And you see more St. Joe's Regional, St. Anthony's, Paramus, Chaminade, and the Battle of Staten Island. Moore and Farrell. Should be a lot of fun. Back to pass, Robinson looking for the 4th down conversion, and that'll be an offensive pass interference penalty by Duff, and certainly you're going to decline that for Del Barton, and the green wave will come away. You can see clearly the push in the back by Duff.
And again, now Duff is looking up at the ball, trying to see where it is, but had his hands out and pushed.
And a lot of white uniforms around him as well. Looked like that one was a triple coverage by Del Barton. Here you see it again. Well, double coverage at least. So Duff with the push in the back, and obviously Del Barton is going to decline that penalty. They'll take over here with 5:10 left in the first half. Week 0 here as Del Barton makes the trip from Morristown in New Jersey. Trafford in motion this time. Gets the catch, somehow makes the catch. And it's amazing even that ball got through the mitts. You could see Dixon Sharzuk, 94, getting those big arms up in the way and I'm not sure if he got a piece, but really good job there between Zabrowski as well as Trafford. So again, quick plays here for Del Barton, looking to move the ball quickly, and 3 claps and a look to the sideline for Zabrowski.
And again, you were talking about that athletic ability, and it showed right there.
You got twin receivers at the top of your screen. Handoff, or the faked handoff, got me as well. Zabrowski got to tuck that football. Gets it inside. Really good job. Stays in bounds. But he got to the first. He knew exactly where he had to get to for the first down marker. Saw it, cut back inside, and moved the chains.
Did a very nice job there getting that first down.
My only complaint is he had that ball out in front of him, right? You can't be doing that. You got to tuck it in like a loaf of bread.
Oh, he's a quarterback, though.
Ryan Trafford will have a word or two, right? 1st and 10, fresh set of downs inside the final 4 minutes. And there is Trafford. Good ball protection from the running back, certainly, and he'll gain about 3 on the first down run. Trafford in the huddle, in the locker room, in the hallways, more of a quiet guy, but one who always rises to the challenge. He could see the field really well, and just tremendously athletic. There he is again, bounce off the first tackle, but not the second. How about that? The job
nice tackle by number 23, Nick Shevlin.
By Shevlin. The linebacker coming in, the junior Shevlin with the TFL. Has the ball now on the 40-yard line. 3rd and about 8. Zabrowski, look out, pressure comes, dumps it over. It is complete to Brock Dandridge.
Brock Dandridge on the carry.
With good pursuit to the
Nice
football.
tackle by number 44.
You got to give credit to Sam Cook, 44, in that middle linebacker position. Listen, he wears that same number that we saw JoJo DiChiaro wear a year ago in that same position as well. And Cook with a big play.
That was a big play by Cook. Way to get in there and stop that run.
So again, in the game of field position, Del Barton, like St. Anthony's before, they appear to be going for it. 4th and 6.
4th down.
On the 39-yard line. You've got twin receivers on the top of your screen, which includes Phil Fulmar, number 1. Zabrowski looks his way. Goes over the middle, has a man downfield. It's complete. A first down and then some. Terrific reception by Van Raphorst.
First down reception by Michael.
And that's what you didn't have a year ago with the injury to Van Raphorst.
And a very, very nice throw. Right down, great route, right down the middle. Went up for the ball at his highest point and made the grab.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line for Del Barton. Zabrowski cuts it inside. Shed the first tackler. And a short gain, if anything. You can see Justin Kasha, 33, coming in first. Good spin there by Zabrowski to get away from the initial tackler, but the rest of the Friars were there. So 2nd and goal. We'll still call it the 6. This time Fulmar, Wildcat, pushes forward. And sent back the other way. Looks like Fulmar lost his leg, which means he has to step out for a play, which let's see how much that impacts Del Barton on this play.
And again, like you mentioned with the Wildcat, you have to get these speed guys the ball. Get to the outside and try to get into the end zone.
We're inside the final minute of this second quarter. 3rd and goal for Del Barton, and the Green Wave looks like they'll talk it over here before this critical 3rd down play. And again, we saw from the first kickoff it was St. Anthony's getting the ball. So this, we speak so much about momentum and how it shifts. Listen, Franco, if you can punch it in now, if you're Del Barton and you're getting the ball coming out, that's a big swing.
Big swing. And I think that's why they're taking their time right now to at least put some points on the board before halftime.
We want to invite everybody again. You want to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube
Ladies and
channel for
gentlemen, the
more
water crew is
of
coming
our
through
action. And of
stand
course,
today.
follow us on our
Get your
social
cool,
media
refreshing water.
at Varsity Media on
Give the
Twitter,
kids a pat on the back.
Instagram, and Facebook. Game one of many for us here in the football season. We're so thankful you're able to join us here on Labor Day weekend, a picturesque Saturday afternoon here in South Huntington. It was a good start for the Friars, but since Del Barton has responded, they've scored 13 unanswered, and they're threatening here again.
And I think, like you said before, I think it's important here that if you don't get into the end zone, you have to put points on the board.
30 seconds left. 3rd and goal.
Come on, help the defense.
The eye package now for Zabrowski. Hands off to Trafford. Cuts it inside. Trafford finds the end zone. Touchdown, Del Barton.
Carried by number 5, Ryan Trafford. Touchdown, Del Barton.
Nice job by the offensive line on that, really pushing the defensive line forward.
Nice hole. You see 50 there, Andy Covella. You've called his name out a few times. That junior, great tactician, great feet. 5'11", 260 at right guard. And the hole there opened up on the left side as well. Esty, the center part of that. So Trafford, smooth sailings into the end zone. No traffic there for him as the PAT is up and in for Kramer, and not a lot of traffic for the Green Wave coming out as well. It was a concern. Listen, you come from New Jersey, it's Labor Day weekend. You never know what you're going to face, but we saw Del Barton on their social media handles. They were here early. I think they arrived around 9, checked in to the Marriott, I think, here on 110 in Huntington, and got themselves into a conference room, right? Got to stretch their legs a little bit, get a meal, have some meetings like you do on the next level as well, right?
And I think that's so well planned by the coaching staff to do that and give the kids a chance to relax and get ready for the game.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to get off the bus and then onto the field and after a long bus ride. So good job there. I'm not so sure the same will be true for C.J. O'Neill and his Hazeman next week. It's never easy on a Friday night to get from the Bronx off the Grand Concourse to South Huntington, so they will literally be coming off the bus onto the field. The Beelan boys and everyone else. That's going to be a fun matchup here next Friday night on the Varsity Media Sports Network. 35 seconds left. Really good kickoff. It'll take a bounce into the end zone, so no return. And really, since that initial
St. Anthony's ball, first
kickoff
down.
return by Duff, I think special teams-wise, Del Barton's done a really good job.
Yeah, they've done a great job. They've done a great job with field position, pinning them deep. I think St. Anthony's wanted to get the ball and see what they can do real quick, perhaps do a Hail Mary play.
So this is a different situation for you, different feel certainly, but this has to bring back some memories, Franco, for you and your days at Walt Whitman, I'd imagine.
It sure does. It sure does. Getting ready to play the game. Nothing like it. Exciting. Wish I can go out there and play right now.
1st and 10 from the 20. See if Robinson, he's got some playmakers. Look out. That pocket collapsed, and it was Martin getting the sack.
Second down.
The UPenn commit from the outside.
Yeah, big push up the middle, and just kind of pushed his offensive lineman right into Robinson.
And you felt if St. Anthony's was going to make a play, it was there on first down after the sack. No need to even hike this football. They'll go into the locker room and reassess, trailing 20.
That's the end of the first half. Scores Del Barton 20.
So it was KJ Duff getting things started for St. Anthony's, a 90-yard kickoff return. But since the Green Wave have made their stops defensively.
St.
They've
Anthony's 50-50
found their way into
raffle.
the end zone. It is 20-7 lead for the Green Wave of Del Barton. We're watching this Week 0 matchup presented by Catholic Health on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite, So Hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So Hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom! Take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform. Or you and a gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15.
Varsity Media is the most beloved high school sports network in New York, but don't take it from us.
I like how Varsity Media, I'm able to watch the game on YouTube after, and then commentators, all the highlights. It's cool to see myself almost on TV.
I like how Varsity Media is so professional.
What I love about Varsity Media is hearing Coach Hungerford announce games.
Mr. Rooney's my favorite.
I like the food reviews.
I love how my relatives from out of state can also watch the games.
Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. AJ Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown.
10-5 touchdown.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So Hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom! Take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform. Or you and a gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15.
Varsity Media is the most beloved high school sports network in New York, but don't take it from us.
I like how Varsity Media, I'm able to watch the game on YouTube after, and then commentators, all the highlights. It's cool to see myself almost on TV.
I like how Varsity Media is so professional.
What I love about Varsity Media is hearing Coach Hungerford announce games.
Mr. Rooney's my favorite.
I like the food reviews.
I love how my relatives from out of state can also watch the games.
Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. AJ Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown.
10-5 touchdown.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite So Hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So Hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom! Take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform. Or you and the gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15. You heard?
Varsity Media is the most beloved high school sports network in New York, but don't take it from us.
I like how Varsity Media, I'm able to watch the game on YouTube after, and then commentators, all the highlights. It's cool to see myself almost on TV.
I like how Varsity Media is so professional.
What I love about Varsity Media is hearing Coach Hungerford announce games.
Mr. Rooney's my favorite.
I like the food reviews.
I love how my relatives from out of state can also watch the games.
Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. AJ Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown.
10-5 touchdown.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field here in South Huntington. It is halftime, and Del Barton has a 20-7 lead over St. Anthony's here in this Week 0 matchup presented by Catholic Health. Dylan Butler, Franco Biancamano with you here. First half in the books. We'll take a look, Franco, at some of the first half stats. First, team-wise, and you can see St. Anthony's struggling to get things going on the offensive side. A stout Del Barton defense that returns 8. And you can see there 36 rushing yards altogether, 87 in the air. Both teams with a couple of penalties. 2 for St. Anthony's for 20 yards, 2 for Del Barton. But you can see a lot more going on offensively for Del Barton in that first half.
Yeah, and I think for St. Anthony's, they need to just slow it down a little bit and prepare. Well, not so much prepare, but just slow it down a little bit and gain their poise and gain their composure back. And it's very easy to come back from 2 touchdowns.
You can see the first downs as well. 9 first downs for Del Barton. So they moved the chains. They had that tempo going the right way, and big reason why they've got the 20-7 lead. You see the turnover, that big turnover, that led to a score, as well as the Green Wave responded from that opening kickoff return for a score by KJ Duff to score 20 unanswered, and they'll get the football coming out. Let's take a look at some of our top performers in that first half and some individual stats. Zabrowski, right, first start as a varsity quarterback. Did pretty well, right? 9 completions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's not asked to do a lot. He's got a lot of guys around him, an offensive line that's experienced, a perfect recipe for success in the quarterback position.
Yeah, and I think what they're asking of him is exactly what he's doing. And you can see from the stats, 2 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. Terrific first half.
Ran the ball a little when he had to, but he also got the ball off to Ryan Trafford, and he did his thing. Duff as well. We saw, right, not a lot offensively, but a lot of it, number 1, for the Friars. 4 receptions for 78 yards, and that 1 touchdown coming in the kickoff game. But Duff is a marked man. We saw it even late, right? Double teams. You always want to try to find out where one is. As Brian Bowers, the Del Barton coach, said, we don't want their key guys to beat us, and Duff is obviously the key guy.
Yeah, and aside from that first touchdown on the first play, he's gotten the ball a few times, but in my opinion, I think they need to go back to him.
So it's funny you mention that, the first play of the game, because as we mentioned, one of our sponsors is Speed Island. It's the speedy play of the game. Speed Island, located in Garden City. Boost your speed with Onyx Salva today. And listen, a lot of times you have to figure out, right, throughout the game, are we in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter? What's our Speed Island speedy play of the game? You know what? We knew right away on the opening kickoff. Let's bring you back to that. It's the Speed Island speedy play of the game. And appropriately enough, it's KJ Duff who increased his speed with Speed Island, getting it done here for the 90-yard kickoff return.
And again, as we mentioned, he showed his speed there and his aggressiveness. Great run, great play.
So KJ Duff, the Speed Island speedy play of the game. And for St. Anthony's and Del Barton, a longer route to get to the field, as we mentioned before. The construction across the way from us makes it recalculating on their GPSs, right, from their spacious locker room. So, Franco, you've played this game a long time. In the locker rooms at halftime, a nice long halftime as we had the cheerleaders and kick line out here. What's some of what was said, you think, in either locker room?
I think for St. Anthony's is, hey, let's get back to basics. Let's stop them on offense. Let's get the ball. Let's get a nice drive going, and let's get into the end zone. And for Del Barton, I think they're just, we get the ball back. Let's score right away and get ahead of them as quickly as possible.
And really put a lot of pressure on. I think one of the big differences coming into this game was certainly about experience, right? And Del Barton, as we mentioned in the beginning, bringing back a lot of experience from last year. And I think they showed that veteran poise, if you were right. They got punched in the mouth right away, opening kickoff 90 yards. But they were pretty poised the rest of the way. They just did their thing, and they got themselves back in the game.
Exactly, and that was one of the keys that you brought up. They can't beat themselves. They have to just play their game.
Both teams now making their way onto the field. Some last-minute stretching before the start of this second half. And again, this is week 0 in the Catholic High School Football League. A lot of matchups here this afternoon, and Cardinal Hayes already picking up a non-league victory last night, 44-41. If you are a fan of defensive football, look away from that one. And a big one, obviously the biggest of this grouping, probably in Oradell this afternoon, as Iona Prep, I think, what are they, the number 1 seed preseason or the number 2, right? Spags guys, Iona expected to be back in the championship game. The team that St. Anthony's defeated a year ago in the title game against Bergen Catholic, the Crusaders, one of the top teams not only in New Jersey but in the nation. Monsignor Farrell, Bishop Hendrickson, Holy Trinity going up to LaSalle Academy. The game we'll have for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network later on tonight. Christ the King and St. Francis Prep. And then Archbishop Stepinac heading on the road to Tennessee. Coach O.D. going against Baylor and the defending Tennessee state champions. So nice road trip for the Crusaders, going from White Plains to Tennessee. Another team, too, that we expect to see a lot from this year. Archbishop Stepinac, the number 2 preseason seed in the Catholic High School Football League. And they've got a lot of veteran guys as well. And, in high school football especially, Franco, that gives you that edge so often. Because, again, the season, you might argue it's long, but it is short, right? Like, you don't have a lot of time to gain experience against teams who have 2- and 3-year starters.
Exactly. A lot of great games. A lot of great games going on.
And a lot of them right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network as well, as we're about set for the start of this third quarter. Let's see how St. Anthony's responds. And they have a gauntlet of a schedule as well, man. I mean, we've got, I think, their first 5 games of the season, certainly their first 4. But the Friars starting off here against Del Barton. You've got Cardinal Hayes coming up after that. St. Joe's Regional coming from Montvale. Here you see the schedule. It's Del Barton, Hayes, St. Joe's. Oh, by the way, a rematch against Iona, and followed by your rivalry game against Chaminade. Yes, all 5 of those games right here at the Varsity Media Sports Network. Now, the plus for Joe Minucci's guys, I'd imagine, is your home for all of those games, right? Not a lot of home games on the schedule last year. That shifts to those first 4 games, and I think that's really important when you do have a younger team.
Yep, I completely agree with you.
So the Friars to kick off to start this third quarter.
Kicking off for St. Anthony's, number 39, Michael Forrest.
It's like deep. You've got Fulmar for Del Barton, as well as Matthew Tefuri. It is Fulmar. Gets a nice block upfield, gets inside the 25 towards the 30, stopped at about the 27-yard line. So we saw a lot of Ryan Trafford in that first half, and some good numbers from the senior as well. 5 carries, 46 yards. We mentioned before Zabrowski with 6 completions, 64 yards, and 2 touchdown passes. So Del Barton will start their first series of the second half on their own 27-yard line. So Zabrowski again with the cadence, right? A few claps and a look to the sideline. You've got twin receivers on the top of your screen. You've got Trafford there right behind them. There he goes. The Navy commit, nice run, breaks a tackle, and he will move the chains again, gets out to about the 39-yard line. 38, excuse me.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be one of their keys this half is to give Trafford the ball and give it to him a lot.
Quick out. Zabrowski cuts it inside to Fulmar. Fulmar still. He somehow emerged from that pile. Gets out to midfield.
Fulmar. Second down.
Showing that athleticism.
Absolutely did. And they're going to the left. Left tackle for Del Barton is Jack Macy. And some late breaking news, if you will, is Macy committed just, I think, last night as a preferred walk-on at Duke. So congratulations to Jake Macy, 3-year starter and captain. Zabrowski, plenty of time, goes over the middle. That is complete. Reception is made by Austin Kivler. Kivler, we saw again a tight end who has that ability to catch the football.
And an excellent route runner. Excellent route, wide open, nice throw by Zabrowski.
And he's a guy who gives Bowers and the Green Wave a lot of versatility in that position. Again, first down, 1st and 10 from the St. Anthony's 31-yard line. And the fake, Zabrowski gets it to the outside. What a job by the QB, right? Fake handoff to Trafford, who got blown up on the play. Kicks it to the outside to move the chains again.
Had us fooled here in the press box.
Look at it again.
Terrific fake. Saw the guy crashing down, took the ball, ran it for the first down.
So efficient first series of the second half for Del Barton. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. High snap. This time a handoff, and this time the defense does arrive pretty quickly, as not much there for Brock Dandridge.
Dandridge on the carry, number 88, Durso and company.
Yeah, right up the middle on that play, stuffing the run. Nice job by the defense.
So Dandridge, he will give occasionally Trafford a blow, even if it's Trafford not asking for it. Like, you do need to give him some rates. A little bit warm here this afternoon as well, so the loss of 3 on first down for Del Barton. Trafford back in right now. The lone back next to Zabrowski in shotgun. Handoff to Trafford, lowers the shoulders, gets inside, churns those legs, and he's inside the 5.
Del Barton carried by Trafford.
Tough yards. Very, very tough yards. Right up the middle. Nice run by Trafford.
And you see again, it's now goal line, 1st and goal. Zabrowski, an out route, looking over the shoulder, and good no call there by the officials, right? A little jockeying for that ball. Van Rophorst was the intended receiver. Moore was in coverage.
Yeah, nice coverage on Moore on that play.
We weren't sure if we would see Moore this afternoon. Was a little bit banged up. Wanted to push it in that Kellenberg scrimmage, their second scrimmage, St. Anthony's, but they shelved him a little bit, but got to the trainer's room and got himself ready here for week 0. Zabrowski hands off. Trafford cuts it to the outside and walks into the end zone. There is a flag on the play, though.
Flag on the play.
And it was, Franco, right where that cut was. So we expect this, and there you see the call by the white hat. It is a hold against Del Barton. So we'll bring that back.
When you walk that easily into the end zone, it's usually a hold.
Yeah, you want to give the credit to the O-line guys all the time, right? But occasionally there's an infraction. So that's points off the board, and obviously marching the football back as well. And it is still an end goal situation, so you can't move the chains. And high school football, it is a spot foul. So sometimes that becomes even worse for the team that was called for it. Twin receivers on the bottom of your screen. Handoff, faked handoff. Zabrowski, a rollout, really good tackle as well. It was, the reception was made by Skiriton.
Number 8, Skiriton.
But
by
coming up
Brendan
big again. Good pursuit by the junior. Ott. He's got good feet, quick, willing to get his hat in there, make some tackles. So 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. Zabrowski just slings it sidearmed, gets it to Trafford, but again, good job by Justin Kasha making the tackle. He's that prototypical high school linebacker, man. Tough in the box, junior, 5'11", 225.
Yeah, and great coverage there, watching him swing the ball out to the left, to the right, and being there to make that tackle. Excellent job.
Big 3rd down here if you are the Friars. Now got an I formation with Trafford behind. He gets the handoff, swings it to the right, cuts it inside. Trafford, touchdown, Del Barton.
Trafford on the carry, touchdown, Del Barton.
So Ryan Trafford again finds his way. Listen, he walked in the first time, that got brought back on the hold. Trafford said, listen, give me a few more yards, that's no problem. Great job by the senior.
Great job by the senior. Way to follow his blocks down. One of the guys leading there was Macy.
Will Kramer
and Fulmar on the outside as well, right? Making sure, allowing him to cut inside as well. The PAT is up, and it is good. So Del Barton, 27 unanswered points. They lead this one 27-7. You're watching this Week 0 matchup presented by Catholic Health and the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. AJ Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown.
10-5 touchdown. Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. Duff, this time,
on the return,
14, 15 yards on the return. It's been a good job defensively for Del Barton in this one, and a lot of different guys have been involved for the Green Wave, which is exactly what you want, right? We saw a lot of Checchio early, and Martin had a fumble recovery, and that guy as well. Dallas Hurley is having a nice, fun time here in South Huntington this afternoon.
And I think for St. Anthony's right now, it's nice to just slow it down and let's move the ball upfield.
Robinson back in, hands off to Alfaro, and not a lot doing. I think Checchio was involved again on that tackle, and we'll show you. We'll get to know a little bit of Dallas Hurley right now as his song on game day, Scholarships by Drake and Future. You love a kid who's got the spaghetti meatballs, right?
Sure do.
And And, of course, Luke Kuechly, one of the better linebackers recently to play the sport. And how about that actor to play him in a movie? Interesting. Jason Momoa. Handoff. Alfaro cuts it outside. And really good pursuit. And it was number 2 for Del Barton, Troy Bailey, who came in with that late tackle.
Tackled by Bailey and De Silva.
And Troy Bailey at 6'2", 185 pounds for a defensive back.
Well, that's the thing, too, Franco. Listen, a lot of these guys want to play next-level football, and that's a good starting point, right? When you're a recruiter and you see 6'2" as a corner, right away your eyes light up and you want to watch that film. Look out, pursuit. Checchio coming in, and then the sack is made. Checchio came from behind, and Riley made the sack. So the Del Barton defense forces the 3-and-out.
Yeah, Checchio made a great play on that. Riley, they're having a great game defensively.
And again, you've got Hurley, Riley, and Checchio as your linebackers. That is something else. All of those guys are just studs. Where you're a little bit younger is up front defensively for Del Barton, as Fulmar fumbled that punt return, picks it up at the 27. Good job by the specials for St. Anthony's, making sure that Fulmar is cut down right there. But listen, other than your front three, and of course, 1/3 of that front three is Kyra Martin, right, who is a 3-year starter. You're young, right? Luca Lopez and Tyler Jackson didn't start last year. Lopez, a converted linebacker, but between the linebackers and between the defensive secondary, you've got so many returning guys for Del Barton, which makes you believe that the Green Wave have something cooking here this year.
They have something cooking, and they're showing it right now defensively.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Zabrowski, the quick out along the far sideline. The pass is complete to Van Raphorst.
Pass complete to Van Raphorst.
And just a nice quick swing out. Get him the ball. The D-back is playing a little further back. 5 yards.
Quality first varsity start for Christian Zabrowski. He's the 3rd Zabrowski brother to play at Del Barton. This time he hands off, and it's Brock Dandridge getting out to the 40. He'll move the change. Talking about Zabrowski, the youngest of 5 kids, 3rd to play at Del Barton. He follows his older brother, Matt, who played quarterback. Matt now playing at Georgetown, and his father, their father, Matt, also played quarterback at Georgetown. So a legacy there for the Zabrowski boys. You know that Thanksgiving morning, man, it is intense in that backyard.
It's a nice family tradition.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Dandridge again. Spins, turns, keeps those feet moving, and gets a couple more yards.
Carried by Dandridge.
We'll have an officials timeout, it looks like. And again, it's first real game of the year, this week 0 matchup, and still warm out here. So you wonder if we'll get some cramping, right, in the second half and things of that nature. We showed you before, as looks like the injured Del Barton player able to get up. That was Alex Esty, their center. So a new center in now. It's 54 for Del Barton. Thomas Colello, their long snapper. 2nd and 8 from the 42-yard line. Handoff up the middle. And a quality run by Dandridge. We showed you the get-to-know for Del Barton. How about we get to know Sam Cook right now from St. Anthony's. And there you see his quote. A little bit small font there, but that's, of course, out of the movie. Rudy Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Drake, and Will Ferrell. That's a pretty good group you're going to have dinner with. Turks and Caicos is his vacation spot, and the meatball slice at Ivorone Italian Kitchen and Pizzeria, the go-to slice for Sam Cooke. And you know what? As Dandridge, great ball protection by Dandridge. He got the first down, and the strip was attempted by Dante Vadaro, and he held onto that football and make sure they moved the chains.
And again, running behind Cavello and Cregan again on that offensive line. They're just trying to move the ball and kill the clock.
And I'm surprised that they're still going with the tempo a little bit. You know, you wonder at some point if you don't just slow it down a little bit for Del Barton and use that clock a little more. But listen, who am I, right? It's working for you right now, and they are moving the ball really well. And it's Dandridge again, getting the push from his blockers. And he will get out to almost the 30-yard line. Good to see Cavello back. Good to see Esti back in the game as well at center.
And again, that's what they're going to keep doing for the rest of the game is run the ball, get that first down, get those power yards, and let's move and get into their end zone for the score.
Seeing a guy there, too, at right tackle. How about Peter Danini? He is a 6'8 junior, number 77. He'll stand out as soon as, there he is, as soon as you get up. Let's run behind 77. Good job by Dandridge as he'll get out inside the 15-yard line. So red zone again for Del Barton.
And again, nice run up the field. Really doing a nice job. They're really, like you said about tempo, they're really doing a nice job keeping that tempo going.
I think the word really throughout this game, it seems like it's just efficient, right? Like nothing breathtaking as offside for St. Anthony's. No big individual plays, right? It's just a culmination for Del Barton.
It's that old school football, just run the ball, run the ball.
And there you see the penalty. There were some questions, and probably those questions persist as Dandridge cuts it to the left. About the offensive line for St. Anthony's, again, a relatively, or the defensive line really as well. You've got Carey, really the lone returning starter up front, and Foote, again, a guy who struggled a little bit last year, and Sharzook is new, and you know, you're going to have Ethan Walcott in there as well. Guys who have, you know, some size and some ability as well, but not a lot of that experience. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. High snap, and that's how it's going for Del Barton. Somehow the high snap still gets into Zabrowski's hands. You credit Dante Vadaro with the tackle. And Vadaro, great to see him out here as well. Last year tore his ACL against Stepanak and missed his entire junior season of lacrosse. He's a UPenn lacrosse commit. So maybe he and Martin might get to know each other. They're future UPenn guys. Different sports, though.
And I think he really worked his way to play football this year.
And that's even more impressive as Dandridge takes this handoff, goes up the middle for a couple more. But I think what's impressive there, too, for Vadaro is, like, this isn't his main sport. Right? He could have just pumped the brakes, not gone as hard, you know, getting ready to get back in the field because he has a lacrosse season ahead of him. But this was important to him, and you love that commitment to his school and also, obviously, to this program.
Gotta love that commitment.
So, third quarter ends, and it was a big third quarter for the Green Wave. They extend their lead. It's now 27 unanswered points for the Green Wave. They lead this one 27-7. You're watching this Week 0 matchup presented by Catholic Health on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. the most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people, all people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Varsity Media is the most beloved high school sports network in New York, but don't take it from us.
I like how Varsity Media, I'm able to watch the game on YouTube after, and then commentators, all the highlights. It's cool to see myself almost on TV.
I like how Varsity Media is so professional.
What I love about Varsity Media is hearing Coach Hungerford announce games.
Mr. Rooney's my favorite.
I like their food reviews.
I love how my relatives from out of state can also watch the games.
Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field here on the campus of St. Anthony's High School. Dylan Butler, Franco Biancamano on the call with you. It's Del Barton making the trip from Middletown, New Jersey, and they lead this one 27-7 and threatening here in this first play of the fourth quarter to punch it in again. Fulmar back in Wildcat. Fields that snap, and he gets in the end zone. Listen, he didn't look like your typical Wildcat guy, right, Fulmar? And he's earned the ability there to dance a little bit in the end zone as Del Barton tacks on 6 more points.
And he really showed that speed there. Okay.
One-handed with his left. Good stuff there by Fulmar, another one of these dynamic athletes for the Green Wave.
Will Kramer to
and really special teams-wise, look, other than giving up that first kickoff return touchdown and the first blocked PAT, it's been a pretty good day there on the specials, as well as that PAT by Will Kramer was up and good as Del Barton extends their lead to 34-7. We mentioned Christian Zabrowski. Good day in the office for him. For more on Zabrowski, let's send it up to John Perez.
Well, guys, we know that running the offense is certainly a lot on your plate, but that's something that Christian Zabrowski has actually welcomed, and not just for this year playing football, but just his entire student-athlete career. This is a guy that has had family play for Del Barton in the past, and he takes on a lot outside of the football field as well, on top of him being a Middlebury College baseball commit. He also plays golf in his spare time and gets really the job done when it comes to the service projects. He's out there organizing the Run It Out 5K at Del Barton, along with the Thanksgiving food drive and Christmas toy drive. This is a guy that certainly has his plate full, but is getting it done on and off the field. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, John, and good day in the office for Christian, right? That's pretty much, I don't know what else you'd want from your first varsity start, right, than what Zabrowski's been able to do, just managing their offense. Duff will field this one at about the 12-yard line. He had a 90-yard kickoff return to start this game.
On the return,
since then, offensively and even in special teams, you see the block R in the back of his helmet. Of course, referencing his commitment to Rutgers. But other than that, kickoff return has been a quiet day offensively for the Friars.
Yeah, and again, good field position for them to start again. Again, they have to just kind of get on tempo, try to get him the ball, and see where they're at.
Gary Merrill back in at quarterback. His second series as a varsity QB. Hands off, and there is the run by number 14, Xavier Bala. How about this? This freshman, already part of that Adidas Freshman All-American, and you see some of that on Instagram, social media, right? Jersey off. He does not look the part of a freshman, man. He is jacked, Xavier Bala, and a big part not only of the Friars' present, but their future as well. Faked handoff. This time Merrill takes it himself, cuts it inside. Good looking run by Merrill. Good ball protection as well.
Good ball
on his first series, fumbled the football, so good job by Merrill kind of learning from that mistake and tucking it under for the first down run.
Yeah, nice job on that. Put the ball away right there. Really, really, really a nice fake, and took it there for the first down. But like you said, tucking that ball away.
Merrill again, hands off, and Bala. Some stutter steps, nice cut, and he gets to about
Nice carry by
40
Bala.
of Del Barton, which will move the chains.
St. Anthony's first down.
We mentioned earlier they had a great two-headed monster with Frank Ruda and Darius Morant a year ago, and really those guys too. They split starts and both can do it all, and a big part there is Bala. Another handoff. Gets a nice push from his boys up front.
Nice job on Bala. Getting the ball, giving it a nice quick fake,
Carried by Bala.
getting down the field, and moving the sticks.
We'll have an official's timeout as there's an injured Del Barton player
Timeout on the field.
This is the first of many broadcasts here for the Varsity Media Sports Network in the Catholic High School Football League. Let's take a look, Franco, at our upcoming games. 6:30 tonight, we switch over to Mitchell Athletic Complex. A lot of this crew making that trip west as Christ the King and St. Francis Prep renew their rivalry. And next Friday night here, it is always special. Friday night inside Donnelly Field, and Cardinal Hayes and St. Anthony's will do battle. And then a day later at Gold Star Stadium, Chaminade and Iona Prep. That should be a fun one. And then part of the Battle of the Bridge. This year it's on this side of the bridge. Last year was at Rutgers, and this year it's going to be St. Joe's and St. Anthony's. St. Joe's maybe the best team, if not Don Bosco or Bergen. They're right there. Paramus Catholic as well, heading to Chaminade, and that Battle of Staten Island, man. Farrell and Moore Catholic. What a great atmosphere they have at the Lions Den there at Farrell. Off that injury timeout, 2nd and 3. And Bala again with the carry.
Third down.
So there, Bryce Chanchuli, older brother Carson, was an anchor of this line a couple of years. And it's now Bryce. He's even wearing his brother's number as well, 77. Merrill slings it far side. Is that a completed pass? It is, and we'll move
Pass complete
the chains.
by Merrill.
Good job by St. Anthony's, as it was Meme
First down,
with the
St.
reception.
Yeah, and nice job by Merrill, getting that ball down, getting that ball nice and low, having me make a great catch.
And as we said with Robinson in that first half, important to move the chains here for Merrill and do it on a pass as well. Certainly raises his confidence. Here's Bala. Love that he just lowers the shoulder inside, right? Battling with the big dudes. And again,
Carried by
he's
Bala.
got that strength that you don't normally see as a freshman. And also you don't normally see freshmen on this varsity team. You go back, Duff was the first, and then Preston Carey was the second. Bala the third now.
And you have to show some kind of real exceptional athletic ability to be a freshman and play.
Another handoff. Bala tries to cut it. Lewitt's higher on his way to doing so. But yeah, you're right. Listen, Preston Carey, I think it would have been unfair to have a guy his size play lower level football. That is for sure. Duff, we already know what you can see right from him. But we're seeing a little bit of it now from number 14 as well. And Bala getting some extra carries in this second half. We saw a lot in that first half from Alfaro. And now we're seeing Bala with an opportunity. 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Merrill rolls to his right. Look out, pursuit comes. Great job cutting out of that. Merrill stays on his feet. Merrill cuts it to the outside. Touchdown, St. Anthony's.
Touchdown, St. Anthony's.
That was all. Gary Merrill from a loss to a touchdown. And listen, if that doesn't help you here today, it's going to help you down the line.
Yeah, and I think St. Anthony's needed this right now. He's looking downfield, can't really find anyone. Gets away, and I think this is where Merrill shows his speed. right here, takes it in for the touchdown. And nice job blocking downfield.
Yeah, Merrill, as we said before, just a stud lacrosse player, great athlete. And what he is good at in our conversation with Joe Minucci is he's really good in open space, and that's what he did, right? Once you got past that first line of defense, now you can get into the open space. Really tough runner, physical, just a competitor as well.
And you can see why he's back in there even after that first fumble that he had. He's back in there because of that reason.
It's a good job by Merrill getting in the end zone. There was an injured Del Barton player on that play. Good to see Will McGinty jogging off. And now we'll have the point after attempt for the Friars. I think it was a low snap. Good recovery there, but it is no good for St. Anthony's. So 34-13 the lead for Del Barton. 7:11 left in the fourth quarter. This week 0 showdown presented by Catholic Health is all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Welcome back to St. Anthony's. Dylan Butler, Franco Biancamano, the entire Varsity Media crew with you for this week 0 matchup as St. Anthony's cutting into their deficit, 34-13, 7:11 left in this fourth quarter. So still a lot of time, but you do need to get a stop defensively if you're St. Anthony's, which is something they've struggled with because of, again, this, I keep going back to the word, right, but this efficient offense for Del Barton.
Yeah, and you said it. They need a stop. They need a big stop.
Little pooch, and it's recovered, or is picked up, I should say, at the 25-yard line. Flag late one. You can see it come into your screen here at the bottom. So we'll see that came right at the very end of that return. Just a beautiful afternoon here in South Huntington. Looks like it's a block in the back going against Del Barton. So that will help St. Anthony's cause of looking to get a stop, right? You push the Green Wave even further back. Del Barton won the last meeting between these two teams. You go back 2 years ago, it was a 21-0 win on their sprawling campus. You think the St. Anthony's campus is big. You times that by 10, and then you've got the Del Barton campus. It is huge. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Del Barton, and you see the switch a little bit now at QB, and why not? And at tailback as well. More of Brock Dandridge. And he gets back a lot of those yards off that penalty.
And they're really making him work right now. They're really making Brock work, and I think they want to see his ability because he is just a junior.
Yeah, in an experienced team, Dandridge is that younger guy. I mean, he's a junior, but he didn't get any runs last year on the varsity team. But he will play a great deal. Listen, he showed his ability in preseason. Bowers and the coaching staff loved what they saw from Dandridge, the 5'8" junior. Another run for Del Barton, and it's Dandridge again. And I don't know if it's going to make it, if it would have made a difference in this game, but listen, in Jersey, they start a week earlier, so you've got one extra week of scrimmages for Del Barton, and This is the earliest that Joe Minucci said that his team has played. Usually this Labor Day weekend is your next opportunity, your third scrimmage weekend, and then you get into it next weekend. But not the case this year with this week 0.
And you said it, losing an extra week of practice.
For a young team.
For a young team is important.
2nd and 9. Handoff to the outside. Dandridge again. And once again, right, it's rinse and repeat. Doesn't seem to matter what the number is. You keep those legs churning. The first point of contact was about 5 yards back of that. And then Dandridge got, we always say yards after catch, but that was yards after hit, right, for Dandridge. And he, you see the effects there as he limps off.
And again, we've mentioned them a couple of times today, Covello and Cregan, just running behind those guys and gaining some tough yards.
Yeah, we should give some more props to the boys up front, right? It's give them more after this play as, once again, at QB, it's Prinzavali stepping in, and you can see the Green Wave utilizing more of that clock now. This time another handoff. A different number. It's Matt Tafuri, the sophomore, trying to get to the outside, but he's wrapped up. And we'll have a change, or at least we'll have a punting situation. But, yeah, going back, the guys up front starting this game, certainly Macy, left tackle. You've got Frank Fehrenbach, the Middlebury commit. At left guard, Esty. At center, Covello. At right guard, and Ryan Cregan, the Villanova commit, at right tackle.
I like that you said that. All the offensive linemen that I've ever played with would love that I gave them credit on the offensive line.
Well, you had to give all these extra credits, too, right? You had to give the long snapper credit. As there's a flag.
Flag on the play.
And you can see some late movement there for St. Anthony's. I think it
might have been 12 men on the field, yeah.
One of those week 0 things that you're going to see, right?
Yep. You don't want to have any mental mistakes.
St. Anthony's.
But between Macy and Cregan, right? Those are your left and right tackles. Both 3-year starters, right? So again, it's great to anchor your team with those two studs. And again, with this game the way it is, we also we mentioned Danini before, the 6'8" junior, number 77, but you also have Lorenzo Petrucci, 65, who we expected to see a lot of there. You see some of those big dudes up front. I think Petrucci is in now at guard, 65. So after that too many men penalty, it's a fresh set of downs for Del Barton with a 34-13 lead. Good to see Dandridge back in.
St. Anthony's tackle by number 2,
no gain
Dante
there,
Vidaro.
and Vidaro credited with the tackle.
Dandridge on the carry. No problem.
Yeah, Prinzavelli's back in at quarterback right now, getting some work in. And like you mentioned, I mean, can you imagine seeing a 6'8" offensive lineman?
Yeah, he gets his own row, I'm sure, on the bus. He just stretch out those big legs. And he's just a junior as well. So Danini back again a year from now. Big hole up the middle. And look at Dandridge getting inside the 40-yard line. A well-earned first down for him in the Green Wave.
Yeah, and he kept those legs moving, and he just kept pumping away.
And two, you get to the point of this game where it's important to stay within the sidelines as well, right? You want to keep this clock going. As you can see, it's once they move the chains, the clock goes, and we're at 2:17 left in this fourth quarter. And that was a first down that you would expect pretty much should seal this one, not that Del Barton didn't already seemingly put this one away. Another handoff to Dandridge. Missed 2 tackles, but he will not avoid number 2, Dante Vidaro.
It's a nice play by Dante Vidaro, getting around that end and making the tackle.
And I think, too, in the second half, and again, you're still competing to win this game, obviously, but if you're Mnuchin, I think you get more from an actual game than you would for a scrimmage. Is now finding out, how do we battle adversity? How do we deal with being down in the third quarter, fourth quarter? It was a team that last year, again, with so many seniors and a lot of these other guys who were juniors a year ago, didn't face a lot. Their only loss was to a New Jersey school, and that was out at Rutgers. Just that absolute wild game, 63-49, losing to St. Joe's Montvale out at Rutgers, and that was it in terms of losses a year ago. And St. Anthony's, they went 11-1. They beat St. Francis of Buffalo 27-20 to win their first ever Catholic State Championship. That after beating Iona 50-18 to win their 15th Catholic AAA title and their first since 2013.
And again, like you said, Coach Mnuchin is looking at other players right now. Let's get them in and see what they can do, like you said, in the game.
So Furry getting the push as well. And Fehrenbach, 73, you saw there a big part of that. They'll move the chains again, and inside the last 24 seconds, no need for another play. A big road win for Del Barton, and they'll make it back-to-back wins now, even though it extends 3 seasons. They didn't play last year, but 21-0 at home, and now 34-13 on the road.
Take care, guys. Great working with you. Great job. Great job. When can I see this on
So an impressive win for Del Barton.
Final score, Del
as
Barton
they defeat
34,
St. Anthony's 34-13. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have our So Hoodie post-game show when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite, So Hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So Hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom! Take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform. Or you and a gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15. You heard?
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Hello, beautiful people. We all know Travis Hunter, right? We're headed to Jackson, Mississippi right now to announce his partnership with my favorite, So Hoodie.
All of my OG subscribers already know about those hoods that I usually wear in all my videos. But if you're new here, it's called a So Hoodie. Basically, how it started was with athletes wearing towels on their head. No different from the innovation of a single arm sleeve or a leg sleeve. Boom! Take that towel off and throw a hood on. You could do something calm and just have the blank color to match your team uniform. Or you and the gang could place a team order to have the school logo on the side of it. And it's not just for players. The fans need some drip too. Y'all know I got my Iwiwi hoods up there and some other cool collabs, including this collab we're doing with Travis Hunter. So go check out the link in my description, and when you're ready to check out, go ahead and use promo code HA15. You heard?
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. Final score in this one, Del Barton winning in week 0, beating St. Anthony's 34-13. What an ideal road trip for Del Barton, right? It started early this morning, Franco. 9 o'clock in the hotel, and it will be a fun ride home after really an all phases win, right? Like the coaches will break it down, and they'll find something wrong. There's no doubt. But largely, when you look at all phases, you check all those boxes.
Yeah, they did great. They did a great job on offense, defense, and special teams. Besides that touchdown that St. Anthony's ran back and that blocked extra point, I think they did a great job on all 3 phases.
This is our So Hoodie post-game show. We will have one of the winning Green Wave players coming up momentarily. But, yeah, listen, it offense, defense, and it's remarkable, again, to think because it starts with conceding a 90-yard kickoff return, right? So, like, the worst possible scenario for the road team right away. But they answer in a big way. And a big part of that was Ryan Trafford. He's down in the field right now with our John Perez.
Ryan Trafford, not too shabby, over 100 yards, couple TDs. Couldn't have think of a better way to start week 0. How would you assess your play in this opening game?
I mean, to be honest, without the O-line, none of that would have been possible. The holes were just massive. They were pushing their D-line, all around the field. So, they had a massive push. So I think the O-line was a big, maybe probably the biggest factor in our success. So
one of the things that Coach was talking about is that this was a business trip, and you guys came over, long drive, obviously, from New Jersey now to Long Island, and a long day. Having said that, how does that set the tone for the rest of the season for you guys to have these long roads and compete in a competitive New Jersey?
Yeah, so, I mean, our schedule is probably one of the hardest, in the state of New Jersey. And, we just got to, build on each week. We made some mistakes today. We're going to fix those mistakes, in this upcoming week. And get better. We got Malvern on the road next week, so definitely some learning points. Coming here first week, so we'll be prepared to go to Malvern next week.
All right, and with that said, this is the So Hoodie post-game show. So as being the player of the game, you get your very own Del Barton So Hoodie. If you don't mind just putting that on right there. And if you're out there watching, you can obviously have your team purchase order at So Hoodie. So Ryan Trafford, thanks for the time and congratulations. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan looks like he's a superhero now. Like he has a cape on him, right? With that So hoodie, the Del Barton hoodie there. And listen, well earned for Trafford. 13 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. And again, you don't have to be the guy in this offense. You could see it's that collective running behind those experienced offensive line. Zabrowski, we pointed out before, too, getting the job done. Just a really impressive performance from the offense and also from the Del Barton defense as well.
Yeah, and you brought it up earlier in the game. All their seniors, their experience, they really came to play today, and they put together a nice performance.
So programming reminder, we've got another game. It's a doubleheader here in Week 0 for the Varsity Media crew. We're coming up at Mitchell Athletic Complex tonight, 6:30. Christ the King and St. Francis Prep. Two Queen schools renewing their rivalry in Nassau County, of course. Under the lights at Mitchell. Great complex. Of course, also the home of the Catholic Football League championship games as well, which we also will have on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And there you see some of our future games as well. Next Friday night back here, St. Anthony's will look to rebound against a very explosive Cardinal Hayes team. That should be a fun one. And then on Saturday, it's Iona and Chaminade. The Gales off of their matchup today against Bergen Catholic, taking on the Flyers, a team that also has high expectations. And then, of course, the Battle of the Bridge, St. Joe's Montvale making their way here to South Huntington. A day later, Paramus Catholic and Chaminade. And then it's the Battle of Staten Island. Should be a really good one. Don't try to get a ticket. It is sold out. You have to watch it on the Varsity Media Sports Network. More Catholic and Monsignor Farrell. So a lot of football coming up. This was just game number 1. And our whole Varsity Media crew was there and will be there to bring it to you. We want to thank our entire crew, of course, executive producer / statistician this afternoon, Ben Turchin, our technical director, Chris Sweeney. For our guys bringing you all those moving images, Travis DeLuise and Angelo Caezo. For our sideline reporter, John Perez. Color guy, Franco Biancamano. I'm Dylan Butler. Thanking you so much for joining us from Cy Donnelly Field. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.